Welcome to another episode of Engineered for Everywhere Audio, brought to you by Memphis Audio. I'm your host, Mark Sarge Schleipfer, and let me tell you, I'm excited. On this episode, we're going to talk about Can-Am Defender, and we're going to talk about how you can do a very, very economical audio system in your Can-Am Defender, utilizing your overhead front panel that comes with, I would probably say 99.9% of the machines out there they're going to have that front panel along with the OEM poly roof on it. So this makes for a great spot to mount some audio products in that area. Very, very effective way, inexpensive way to get some great sounding audio in your car without breaking your bank. So we're going to dive right in, show you the main components that you're going to need to do this installation. So hey, let's dive into this. We're going to go over what we're going to be installing in this 2024 Can-Am Defender. It's going to be a real simple installation. Again, this is a real economical way to get audio into your machine in the overhead console, the trim panel that's up right above the driver and the passenger. Let's talk about the source unit. This is going to be a gauge style source unit. This is going to be the MXA1MC. This is going to be 50 watts times 4. And let me tell you something, this thing has all sorts of inputs and outputs on this thing, so you can really expand off of this and really build a nice system. But since it does have 50 watts times 4 already built into it, we're going to use the internal power to run our two 6.5s up front. But down the road, if you do want to expand, you do have several different options that you can go ahead and do with this source unit when adding amplification and so forth. You've got your rear outputs, so for a rear amplifier, you got your front RCA outs, you got a subwoofer out, you also have a USB input, so you've got that going on. You've got, of course, your AM/FM antenna. You got an auxiliary input. This is Bluetooth, of course, so you do have the Bluetooth functionality on it as well. And then also, if you wanted to utilize one of our wired remotes, let's say you want to mount it in the back seat to control track, volume, things of that nature, you can also plug that in as well. So definitely a lot of features backed into this source unit that you can utilize to have an entry-level system or to build it into a much larger system for your machine. So this is, again, going to be the MXA1MC. 50 watts times 4, and this is going to be the heart of what's going to go into this system. Now, we're just going to use the two front channels off of this, and we're going to run our front speakers. These are going to be 6.5-inch speakers. These are 40 watts RMS, and they're going to be 80 watts total peak power. Now, let's not forget the part number on these. This is the MXA602 SLB. These actually come available in black and white. They are an element ready style speaker designed for the outdoors. This is all designed for the outdoors, so throw mud, ice, snow, water, whatever you want at it, it's designed for the outdoors. So that's why we also offer them in two different colors. But for this application, of course, we're going black. This is going to match the interior of the car, the interior plastic, which is black. And we're going to go ahead and do the installation with these speakers in there. A nice composite basket here. Nothing that's going to be corrosive if it gets any moisture, things of that nature. Again, it's built for the outdoors. It is a two-way speaker, 6.5-inch. So you're going to get some really, really good sound out of these speakers. So they do come with speaker wire, which you're going to need. The nice thing about this panel that is in the front of the Can-Am, when you pull that down, you'll notice there is actually power behind the panel. So you will have the ability to have your remote turn on and also your power and ground to run the MXA1MC. So that will be behind there. One thing you will want to get, because this unit does not come with an AM/FM antenna, I just went and bought this little guy right here. Had a good rating on Amazon as far as what it picks up and things of that nature. As far as an AM FM antenna, I think I paid $10 on Amazon. I would suggest getting one of these so you can get some good reception in regards to, you know, for the AM or the FM. You can, you know, like I said, I would recommend doing that. And then to make the installation really easy, I purchased a couple hole saws, which were pretty inexpensive. So this is gonna be a 3.5-inch hole saw, which is exactly the size of the back of the source unit, which will give you the ability to have a nice, clean hole to mount that into. Real easy to do if you have a hole saw. It works out really, really slick. And then of course for these speakers, it requires a 5 5/8 hole saw. And believe it or not, we got this guy here. It's gonna make it real easy for us to do our installation. So, hey man, don't go away. We're gonna dive in and we're gonna do this installation on this car. We're gonna show you what you need, the step-by-step installation, how simple it's gonna take. I'm guessing here that I will be able to get this done in this car in less than an hour. So hang tight, we're gonna dive right into this.
Please take a look at the list of tools needed for this installation to make sure that you have all the proper tools needed to successfully install your Memphis audio kit.
Using a T30 torque bits, you'll remove 2 T30 that's behind the mirror, and then you're gonna move 6 torque bit screws that are holding your overhead panel to the front portion of your Can-Am Defender. Now that we have our panel, we're gonna identify where we're gonna want the source unit to go in the middle here, and then we have a 3.5-inch hole saw, and then also we're gonna identify where we're gonna put our 6.5 speakers on the outside. Now, if you turn this panel over, you will notice that they do have indentations already in this panel for speakers. Now that you have your centers established for the source unit and for your speakers, we're gonna go ahead, we've got the drill loaded up with the 3.5 for the source unit, so we're gonna knock that puppy out right now. Now that you got the center hole cut for your source unit, we're gonna go ahead and do the speakers. That is going to be a 5 5/8 hole. Now that we got our holes cut for our source unit and our 6.5s, we're gonna go ahead and get this loaded up with our product. So there you have it. I told you that was a real simple, real clean installation to do. It looks great, it performs great, it sounds great. You know, no time at all. We got this product into the car and it didn't break our bank. You know, we've got a system that is very, very economical that anybody can afford. It doesn't look like an afterthought. It looks like it's supposed to be there, you know, so we definitely appreciate you taking the time to watch this video for us doing the unboxing and the installation. Be sure to check us out on our social media platforms. Like us, subscribe to us. You know, we're on all the major social media platforms out there. Go to our website, memphisaudio.com. Check us out there. Check out all of our products there as well. You know, and until next time, I am Mark Sarge Schleifer, your host on Engineered for Everywhere Audio. Man, be safe out there.